Welcome to Topical Games. Just finished. Southampton won, West Ham United 3. As West Ham win for the first time ever at the St Mary's and the first time away to Southampton for 17 years. Ryan, you must be a happy hammer right now.
Very, very happy. I mean, with the performance against Man City during the week, that's been a very nice change.
Yeah, we can forget about the Man City one now.
Yeah, sorry.
We can forget about the Man City game now, can't we? That's over and done with.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, do you reckon the Southampton, not Man City? So, but the effort was a lot better this week. I mean, today.
Well, Bilic had to make a couple of changes. No Byram and Lanzini had to drop to the bench because of a virus. In came Cech Kiyate and Robert Snodgrass made his full debut. The first 10 minutes, we were keeping it simple. Carroll had a close header within the first 90 seconds. Fantastic cross from Faguli. Is that how you were hoping we were going to play the rest of the game, that early cross? Is that an indication for you?
Yeah, because with Andy Carroll, you have to give him the service for him to sort of deliver. And then, you know, and sometimes you watch us play and we don't get the crosses in enough. But seeing it today, we had a game plan and we just went into it.
Well, the game plan stopped working. What was it, the 12th minute or something? Gabbiadini, is that how's his name? Gabbiadini scored, but was it offside for you?
I would say yes, but it's one of them ones where the linesman has to give the advantage to the attacker rather than just put the flag up.
Top finish?
Yeah, it was a good finish. There was nothing Randolph could have done. I mean, even if Randolph saved it, it would have just gone in the net. It had so much power in that shot.
Yeah, it was a fantastic ball as well. The run, I think it was maybe a millimetre offside, but swings and roundabouts because later on in the half he was onside for one for kind of the exact same pass, and the linesman flagged it. And so swings and roundabouts, he took his chance well. Fantastic finish. Just unfortunate a little bit, but were you worried when we went 1-0 down? Were you worried? Because when we did the preview, we said that whenever we're going to go down this season, our heads are just dropping like that.
Yeah, because this is the first game this season where we've managed to win the game from a losing position. So, when as soon as we went 1-0 down, the odds of them going to win it was a lot shorter in our favour.
But they weren't in the lead for long, though. We went straight up the other pitch and then straight up the other side. Obiang, what a pass. And Andy Carroll, not only is it his feet, it's his right foot as well. But how composed the finish was that? Is that for you? Is that a goal from a striker just oozing confidence right now?
Yeah, and that pass from Obiang, oh my God, I didn't expect that pass. That's how good it was. I just see it because when the build up of it, you see Andy Carroll asking for the ball to be passed down the wing, and then Obiang looks, but it doesn't fit. Oh, it was just tremendous. And the finish. There was no doubt whatsoever.
Yeah, fantastic through ball by Obiang, but the composure by Andy Carroll is something I've not really seen him do much before. I know you may say, but he scored that bicycle kick against Crystal Palace, and that's composure. But this is a different sort of composure. This is sort of one-on-one.
Forster's a massive keeper. He's built like a house, isn't he?
Yeah, you get no touches either. It's like you've got to get as soon as you're running into that 18-yarder, you've got one touch, and that's your shot basically. Make it count, and boy does he make it count. But he's in bang on form right now. Do you think if he could stay fit, and it looks like Bilic is trying to do that by taking him off after 55 minutes, do you think he could be sort of the 20-goal a season striker if he can finally get over this injuries that's hindered him for years?
He's got a very good chance of it. Very good chance.
He's got a phenomenal record right now. He's on fire. He's probably most of one of the informed strikers in the Premier League, actually. There can't be many strikers banging him in more frequently than him.
I mean, this is like his Newcastle form, isn't it? Because us fans have never seen Andy in this form. Because because usually he'll start getting fitter and fitter, but then he always has a breakdown. Touch wood, he hasn't had it.
Well, hopefully he got taken off today as sort of a let's wrap him in cotton wool thing. And if that's the case, I think Bilic has done the right thing. But we'll talk about that later. And then just before half time, Pedro Obiang, he's been doing this for a few games now. He's had a few, maybe 1 in 4 games he'll hit a long distance shot, and they're often stinging the palms of keepers. But this one takes a little deflection into the bottom corner. First goal for West Ham. You must be buzzing.
Absolutely. I mean, first goal for us. Yeah, because do you remember the Chelsea Cup game where he hit that from a similar distance, but Begovic managed to save it. I mean, yeah, it's good to see we've got a midfielder who has that in him.
Do you think it's about time we've seen more of our players shooting from outside the box? I think it's something we're lacking this season compared to last. Even like Lanzini, and then at Middlesbrough, if we rewind to Middlesbrough, Antonio did a shot and it didn't go in. Keeper saved it, but Carroll was there with the rebound into the back net. Do you think we need to start shooting outside the box a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, because you can't always walk them in, and a lot of time, if the opposition team knows if you're going to try and walk it into the box, they'll just crowd it out. And a lot of times we've been guilty of trying to overplay when we could have just shot it and had a chance, you know.
But at half time it was 2-1. What did you make of the first half overall in total? Was it, for me, it was a bit boring, but that's actually what we needed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the first half was a part of two halves, if you get what I mean. Like Southampton was a lot better in the first part, and then we just took control in the second part of the first half. You know, because once we got that goal back, our passing, our moving, it just became so much more slicker, and we was definitely on top by the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'd say Southampton were on top at all. Even when they scored, for that first 10 minutes, I was happy with how we were playing. Their goal, I think, was quite, wonderful pass, wonderful finish, but I don't think Randolph had much to do apart from that. And he made a save at the end from Romeo, right at the end, to keep us in it, to keep it 2-1 before half time. But I thought our ball of attention was fantastic. We were a bit boring at times, pass. But actually, given the hiding we've just had from Man City, that's exactly what we needed to do. We just needed to pass the ball. Just don't let Southampton get it. Don't let them get into a rhythm. I mean, in the first half, Aaron Creswell had a 94% pass succession, and Martin Noble had a 92%. And while you might say, oh, it's all sideways, I actually think that's what we needed today, just to keep it simple, keep it basic, and just keep that ball recycling among them.
Yeah, as well, like I noticed there was such a difference in our pressing and our energy in our closing down. Like especially Obiang, like he was sprinting back to get towards our defensive line every time the ball got passed out to the wing and stuff like that. That's what we missed against City, was that closing down and trying to.
Well, I think everybody at half-time would have been thinking the next goal is crucial. This game is not finished yet. There's at least one more goal in this game. And we got it. There wasn't much going on in the second half, but we got that free kick. Snodgrass went down. Martin Noble took it. I'll ask you in a second if it was a good free kick or not. Davies hit it. Now, I know Martin Noble's been awarded it, but I'm saying that's an own goal. In the Geo system, that's an own goal. I know the official system says it's a Martin Noble goal because it's on target, but Geo system says that's an own goal because if Davies doesn't touch it, Foster's going to gather that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying own goal. I know officially it's Martin Noble's goal, but for you, is that a good free kick for you, or is it quite a poor free kick? Because if Davies doesn't touch it, Foster gobbles up a little bit.
I'd say it was a poor free kick, but I could see what Martin Noble was trying to do. I think he wanted to try and play the ball a bit higher. But I think he sort of just missed hit it, because you can see, if you watch the replay, you see Foster's hands are out. He's ready to catch that ball. That's why he doesn't move since that goes over.
Maybe it's poor keeping. Maybe he should open his gob and scream keepers or whatever, and so no one touches it. But you know what? Whether he meant it or not, whether it was poor or not, at the end of the day, it had pace. It was that tricky height where if someone does touch it, it's in the back of the net. So fair play to Martin Noble. Bang, 3-1. Were you thinking game over then? It was quite early we scored. I mean, we did a sub in the 50.
What was that, the 50th minute? 50+ minute?
Something like that. But even then, were you thinking, well, maybe got this, because Southampton hadn't really threatened that much?
Well, I didn't think the game was over, because the way we defended over the past couple of months, you can't say so. Because all it takes is one goal, and then as we always noticed, our heads could go, and it could have gone 3-3. I mean, the Carroll substitution was quite. I thought it was a bit too early.
Yeah, well, maybe that's for all. I assume that's a precaution rather than a tactical thing. It might have been a tactical thing, but I think there was a precaution. We're 2 goals up. Let's get Carroll off, put him in cotton wool, put him on the bench, and let's save him. 55 minutes, we made that sub, and then what a miss! What a miss! Cecchiati's header. He sees it late. He sees it really late, but it's a bit of a strange header straight into the feet of Gabby. I can't say his name properly. Gabbiadini. He should be burying that.
He should, yeah. If you pay 18 million for a striker and he misses that, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was on a plate, wasn't it?
We've got to let it off. Is that the type of luck we need?
Yeah, I mean that was the reason. Those things like that was the reason why I never thought the game was over till it was over. Because if he buries that, then he should have buried it. And then
Well, Czech Chiati went off. He was down for a while, but he went off for Ginge. But what did you make of Czech right back?
Tremendous. He was absolutely. He was. See, the thing is, with our win backs of Crespo and Byron, I don't think them two together are that defensive. Like they're good going forward, but their defensive work is a bit questionable. They try to target Czech, but he was making so many tackles, and he just, and then just stayed on his feet, and they just couldn't get past him. Because I noticed that their attacking got a bit better once Czech went off.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I wanted to see Czech right back a few times, but that was when we were playing Nord right there. Now Byron was back. I was hoping Byron, but he's injured. So Czech was in, and I agree with you. I thought he was quite good going forward as well. Actually, a couple of his crosses were pretty well. They weren't hitting Carroll; they were causing trouble.
Yeah, there was that one cross with it when Carroll. I think did Carroll head over? Oh no, sorry, he went to jump, but he missed it, and then Crespo sort of half-volleyed it into the keeper's hands. But that was an excellent delivery.
Yeah, I actually really like him right back because he's so athletic, and that's a position where you could do with an athletic player, someone that will go 80 yards in one great big burst of sprint from one side of the pitch to the other in a very quick succession of time, and that's what he can do. And that will be. The only problem is he won't want to play there, and he's kind of wasted. Some people say that he should be centre midfield, etc. And that's what you're removing him from there to play him there. But perhaps short-term solution, he might just have to go there. But between then and the end of the game, there wasn't much for West Ham, unfortunately. But Southampton had a few chances. But were you impressed with how we held out?
Yeah, because it's nice to see us be solid on the defence. And we always kept our lines straight, and no one was going too far forward or too far back. It was the organisation that was nice to see. You can tell
though that Southampton are a team that's just not in form in the Premier League right now. I think I think the commentator said they've only scored more than once in like 4 games this season. That's poor. That's worrying if you're a Southampton fan.
They're very hit and miss, aren't they?
Yeah,
but they did well against Liverpool, and then the league they can't seem to get a win. And they don't. And from what I saw, they don't. I don't think it's coming anytime soon.
No, it's going by that performance. I'd be a bit wary if I was a Southampton fan. Right at the death, Clay came on for Figuli, but let's talk about some individual performances. Well, before we do that, West Ham are now 9th. I'm assuming there's been no goals in the last 5 minutes of all the games. West Ham are now 9th. Well, I'll ask you this, Ryan. Do you think West Brom are having an impressive season?
By their standards, yes.
Well, let's just say by Premier League standards, do you think they're having an impressive season?
Yeah, because where are they? 8th or 10th?
Yeah, I think they're 7th actually.
I mean, how often do you see a Tony Pulis team in the top half of the table?
Well, actually, no, you're right. They're 8th. But my point is, one way to tell you now is that's who we play next. And right now, today, we're now 5 points behind them. And we beat them next week. West Brom, who are having an impressive season, we beat them next Saturday. We're just 2 points behind them. So, considering the amount of negativity, I suppose, around West Ham's performances, etc., all of a sudden our season's not looking too bad after today. But let's talk about some individual performances, and let's start with the guy in the dugout. Our manager, did he get spot on today for you?
The game plan, yes. And also the halftime team talk must have went down well because we managed to score and then we managed to just keep it together. So yeah, he deserves a lot of credit today.
Yeah, I think I agree. Credit where credit's due. He set up. When I seen the lineup, I thought it was going to be that 3-6-1 again. I thought Chet would be a centre back and Figuli or Antonio. So that's what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't. He stuck with 4-4-2. He went very old school, bring back the 4-4-2 flat, no fancy wingers and nothing, just 4-4-2, and it worked. I thought we looked dangerous. What I liked about the tactics, I'll ask you this as well. What I liked was when I was talking about in the first half, we were doing pass. We were also going long sometimes, and the long balls were working for me because Carroll was winning them. But not only that, we were getting in and around him. Antonio was always not that far from him, and depending on what side of the pitch Carroll was on, Figuli or Snodgrass was also getting up beside them, and they were coming quite narrow at times, sometimes too narrow, but we were quite obviously supporting Andy Carroll a lot better. Is this the sort of style you think we should actually just play? We need to mix up a bit, keep it on the floor, but if you need to go long, just go long, just get to Carroll's head, and just get in about him and get that second ball.
Well, yeah, that's the best. That's the way to do it, because sometimes you're going to come up against Carroll, come up against like a Van Dijk or like a Robert Hughes sort of type of player who will challenge him for that ball in the air. So, and whenever it doesn't work with Carroll, it's because that's one specific reason. No one's around it to pick up the second ball.
The first half, I'll tell you who impressed me in the first half a lot. Aaron Creswell. I thought we've been giving him stick. He got a lot of grief after Wednesday night. He's not been the same since his injury / call up. He's been a bit off the boil. But I thought in the first half today, I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was getting up that side really, really well. He was getting some decent crosses in. He had that shot that was a sweet strike. It was straight at the keeper, but he hit it sweetly. He impressed me tonight. I'm not saying he was a 9 out of 10 performance, but going by how out of form he's been, it was good to see him sort of have a little bit of confidence in him, getting forward, getting the ball down. He was involved in play a lot today, I thought. Did he impress you, or is it just me? The second half he faded, but we were 2-1 up, then 3-1 up quite quickly. He didn't really need to get forward.
Yeah, because once Cal went off, it was just literally they just attacked us, and then wherever we could get away, we was going to the corner, or we was buying the fouls, because like as soon as we got any contact, we went down, which was a good thing. So it relieved the pressure. Yeah, because that's Cresswell's best. Like it's when he goes forward, and I think he put him and Snodgrass, they put their confidence in each other to go, right, if you go forward, I'll stay back a little bit, vice versa.
Yeah. Let's talk about the two wingers then. Firstly, the person making his full debut for us, Snodgrass. I assume you were impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to have seen him been a bit more involved in the game today, but you know, so in the second half, some of his passes was delightful. There was one he did like a pass on the left hand side of the pitch for Antonio. He's so creative, and he just needs to probably get in a bit more.
Yeah, I thought he was linking up really well with our players, actually. He doesn't look like a January transfer window today, if that makes sense. He looks like he's been playing with us all season. If you said to me, pick out who's the new person, you've got one. I know we've got Font, but going forward, you've got one new player in there. Who is it? I'd have probably said Faguli, actually. I think Snodgrass was actually clicking naturally, and I was actually really impressed by him today. And I think there's a lot more to come for him. I think we'll see better performances from him. But given the fact that we were 2-1 up in the second half, he held the ball really well in the last third. He wasn't trying anything over adventurous. He was holding it up, waiting for someone to come and support him and just laying it off. And he kept it simple. I think that's what we all did today. The whole team did today. They kept it simple. They kept it basic. No dangerous passes, no hospital passes like we did on Wednesday night. And that's what impressed me. But what about the guy on the other side of the pitch, Faguli? There's still a lot of question marks over his head. Where are you at, Ryan?
You can see there's a player there, but I don't think we'll ever see it. I think we'll see it when he gets sold. I think he's going to get sold in the summer, and that's when we'll see how good he is. I don't know. It's just there's things he tries to do, and it just never works. Like he'll try to beat a player, not do it, but he'll do it once out of every 4 attempts. And what he needs to do a bit more sometimes is not go too wide. So when he's facing the defender, he usually goes to his right to go towards the line. I think he has to just cut in a little bit sometimes.
I agree. There's a player in there, and I think we've seen it in the first 90 seconds when he got the ball from Czechia. He had a little bit of space, got his head up, found Andy Carroll, bang, beautiful cross, fantastic. I'd argue he's one of the best crossers at the club. He's probably in my top 3. Along with Creswell, and I'd say that Snodgrass should be in there if he hits form and stuff. But I thought he worked hard today at times, and I think we have to remember today he was up against Ryan Bertrand, who's probably one of the hardest opponents to play against as a left back, because he gets forward so much. Like, he will drag you all over that pitch. And while Bertrand's not the best defensively like Creswell, but he will just keep going at you and keep pulling you back. And like you said, once Czech went off, he did that. He got a little bit more down that side. But even before he went off, right until the last minute, at one point, Faguli was tracking Bertrand right the way back down that pitch. And I think he deserves a lot more chances, and I think he's going to get them, actually. Just by default, lack of options, etc. Bilic is just going to have to play him often. But I've been saving one guy till last on purpose. But I think this is where you're going to mention him. Ryan, who was your man of match today?
It's going to be obvious, isn't it? It's Pedro Obiang. Oh my God, he was tremendous, defensively and passing with the ball. You know, his creativity was just spot on.
He's a defensive midfielder, but he got an assist and a goal today.
Exactly. That's, you know, for him it was like a complete performance.
Do you think today that him and Noble, I've not mentioned Noble on purpose because I'm biased, blah blah blah, but do you think him and Noble today controlled that midfield? Do you think did they impress you at all?
To be honest, I didn't really pay too much attention to Noble. I noticed he was a lot more fiery and he was making a lot more tackles, which we didn't see the other day. But I think Pedro was just to stand out. So not many people were going to see better performers. I mean, because for me it was Obiang and then Kiati was second.
Yeah, Obiang's my man of match today. I don't think you can give it to anyone else, really. I'd be surprised. I thought Andy Carroll was in with a chance of it by that first half performance. He was phenomenal. But when Obiang scored, then Carroll went off early. He kind of lost the competition a little bit. But Obiang was phenomenal. But I thought him and Noble played really well in there. They controlled the game, I thought, them two. They dictated the tempo. And I've always criticised our centre midfielders, whoever it is, saying we don't dictate tempo enough. But I thought they did that today, them too. I thought whenever Southampton had something, apart from the last 20 minutes, which is natural when you're 2 goals down, apart from the last 20 minutes, whenever Southampton tried something, they got the ball on the pit. Them two got their foot on the ball and said, right, let's just keep it between us and our centre backs and our full backs. Let's just keep the ball. And let's just let Southampton chase shadows a little bit. And then once we're ready, once West Ham are ready, we'll advance with the ball. We'll dictate when we go and where the ball goes. And they impressed me today. But there was no real poor performances out there today, was there? Everyone got at least a 7 out of 10 for you, would you say?
It looked like a team that was playing with something to prove. You know, because they got served a masterclass on Wednesday, and they thought, well, we can't play that like that all the time, so we need to prove. And that's what they was playing. They was playing for that shirt today.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think everyone gave at least a 7 out of 10 performance today, and I include the manager in that one as well. So credit where credit is due. Any final words from yourself, Ryan?
Just a very happy Hammer. That's it.
That's it for Ryan. He's a happy Hammer. I'm a happy Hammer. You must be as well. We're 9th in the league now. We could be knocking on West Brom's door next week if we beat them at our place. Make sure you subscribe while you're here. We enjoyed seeing you subscribe to our channel. If you enjoyed the video, you enjoyed me and Ryan chatting, you enjoyed West Ham winning 3-1, drop a like on it and share it. Put it on your social media. Be kind to us. Come on to our forum at hammerschat.com. Check out our sponsor, Royal London Watches. All our social media links are below. Have a wee look. But it's goodbye from Ryan.
Wait.
And it's goodbye from me. Thank you for watching.